Hello there, and welcome to Mono Blue Week, a special series where I post a new deck tech each day, starting with the most friendly and casual builds, and then day by day progressing to stuff that are a bit more me. Mono Blue Week Day 5. Vhal, the Clan Crafter. Vhal is 3 and a blue for a 2/3 human wizard with vigilance, and an activated ability to tap herself and add colorless mana equal to her current toughness, with the caveat that we can't use this mana to cast spells from our hand. Her background complements her skill set by letting us pay 2 generic and sacrifice an artifact, to put a counter on her and draw a card. Just by looking, it is obvious that we need to put some extra efforts to utilize all this mana, and this can be done in one of 2 ways: by playing future sight type effects, or the one I chose to use activated abilities of various cards to gain value, filter that mana into normal mana, or simply to end the game on the spot. Starting slowly with the lesser synergies, the first cards I'm gonna focus on are the ones that provide fodder for Vhal's Clan Crafter ability, such as Nimble Ride Schematic, Price Statue, and Servo Schematic, that essentially make 3 sackable artifacts. Mycosynth Railspring, a Nico Railspring, draw a card or a land to our hand, on the way in and on the way out. Mere Retriever is cheap and provides recursion in case our stuff gets broken, while Sai Master Top Tourist and Mirrodin Besiege create an artifact token whenever we cast an artifact spell. As I mentioned, the deck includes a number of filter cards that let us use Vhal's mana as normal. Those include Energy Refractor, Prismite, Stonework Pack Beast, and Urn of Godfire, with the last being probably the best in my opinion, both because it is cheapest, but also because it doubles as removal piece. Staff of Completion does require life to filter, but in the main combo that we aim for, it should not be an issue. It also provides other utility, such as Proliferation, and destroy a permanent we own in case Vhal or Clan Crafter gets stolen. Last is the artifact land, Treasure Vault, which is probably the best of the bunch, as it does not require any normal mana to use, and on activation, filters all of Vhal's mana into treasures. Other artifacts provide much needed utility in terms of giving haste, such as Crushing Drawbridge, Swiftfoot Boots and Lightning Greaves, as well as 1000-year Elixir. Since it is on theme, I also mentioned the MVP, the Hall of the Bandit Lord, an amazing land from Kamigawa that ensures that Vhal will have haste as soon as she hits the field. The next batch of artifacts are here to further pump Vhal's toughness, sometimes even for free, in the case of Hero's Blade, which attaches automatically, or Sword of the Chosen, which immediately sets Vhal to 5 toughness, which is where we usually want her to be at. Same can be said about the land Opal Palace, which is perfect cushion against frequent removal. Champion's Helm and Tenza's Godos Maul are relatively cheap equipments with low equip cost. Now that we know how to make Vhal thick enough for our taste, I think it is time to make the smoothest of transitions into various ways to untap her and keep the value going. Those include Freed from the Real, which needs a filter to be used infinitely, Sword of the Powers, which in case it isn't obvious, will not keep buffing Vhal's toughness when she taps, thus needing her to be at 4 toughness at minimum, Umbral Mantle, which can make Vhal infinitely larger and can even score us on achievement by knocking someone out with 1,000,000 commander damage, and of course Staff of Domination. While it requires Vhal to be at least 5 toughness, the card can win the game single-handedly by gaining an infinite amount of life, locking opponents' balls into permanent tap state, and of course drawing our entire library. You know, I'm something of a mad scientist myself, so I just couldn't help but a good old colleague, Laboratory Maniac. All of those untapped combos can be used to make essentially infinite mana, and what better way to utilize it than filtering it through Walking Ballista for infinite damage, or through my arch-nemesis Urza, using his ability also known as Mind's Desire, on a stick. Assembling these combo variants can be even more fun when we circumvent the RNG and just play Tutors to find them faster. Those include Expedition Map, and Tularia West to find Hove the Bandit Lord and Treasure Vault. Urza's Saga to find Urn of Godfire or utility card like Soulguide Lantern or Soul Ring. Drift of Phantasms for major combo piece like Staff of Domination or Lab Maniac. The Trio Mages, Trinket Mage, Tribute Mage, and Trophy Mage for the artifacts with corresponding mana costs. And of course Reshape, Wheel of Invention, and Tezzeret the Seeker for any of the above targets. As always, we play quite a bit of interaction, mainly, you guessed it, Counterspell, Arcane Denial, Memory Lapse, Negate, Stoic Rebuttal, Test of Talents, and Narset's Reversal as pseudo-counter/protection/value card. Removal for permanents include Capsize, Pongify, and Rapid Hybridization, the already mentioned Soulguide Lantern for Graveyard Hate, and of course you guessed it, Blast Zone, Demolition Field, Meteor Golem, and Spine of Ishtar. For mass removal I chose Aether Gale, Spectral Deluge, and Washout. The ramp for the deck is rather straightforward and includes Soul Ring, Wayfarer's Bauble, Arcane Signet, Star Compass, Sky Diamond, Thought Vessel, Mind Stone and Worn Power Stone, Midnight Clock, Hydron Archive, and Storm Speaker Crystal. Apart from the lands I already mentioned, the mana base includes Academy Ruins and Buried Ruin for recursion, Darksteel Citadel and Seat of the Synod as artifact lands that may be sacked to Clancrafter if we are in dire need, Phyrexia's Core for the mana utility that we may sack something to save it from being exiled, and of course 23 islands. All that is left is the cookie scale rating, which is 7. Hope to see you again tomorrow when we dive deep into the depths of even more degenerate strategies. As always, thank you for watching. Cheers!